13 goals in his last 14 games for Watford, and that's a better current striking rate than Luther Blissett achieved when he was the league's leading scorer last season. Watford, remember, sold Blissett to Milan for £1 million and bought Johnston for £200,000 from Partick Thistle. Meanwhile, Notts County have their top scorer, Trevor Christie, back in action following a head injury. He's wearing a protective plaster over 6 stitches. But Notts are still without Justin Fashanu, Martin O'Neill and Mark Goodwin, all injured. And there's a change in goal where Jim McDonough returns in place of Mick Leonard, who caught chickenpox while the squad were taking a break in Mallorca this week. Watford welcome back Les Taylor at number 4 and George Riley at number 9, both after injury, while at centre-half, Steve Terry replaces Steve Sims, who starts a 2-match suspension, which also rules him out of next week's FA Cup tie against Brighton. Referee this afternoon is David Richardson of Great Harwood, one of England's FIFA referees. Watford with 7 wins and a draw in their last 9 games, playing from left to right in yellow. And Notts County, who haven't won for 8 league matches, are wearing the white shirts with the thin black stripe, playing on the right. McFarland. Here's Terry. That was Tristan Benjamin, Riley, Richards. Christie. Richards again. McCulloch's made another good run, number 8. And there are 3 waiting in the centre here for County. And Harcourt! What a good start. Bashir Harcourt puts Notts County into the lead. But a very good run and cross by McCulloch, who timed it beautifully to get behind the defence. He positioned the cross perfectly for Harcourt coming in, and that's 1-0 to County. Well, so far this season, Notts County have not been trusted with a lead. They tended to weaken after starting a match well. Harcourt's goal here has given them an opportunity to turn the tide. We shall see. Good play by McCulloch. Riley, Barnes. Away from Benjamin. Past Kilcline. Benjamin recovered well. That was Terry, but it was a foul on Christie. Forward by Kilcline. Christie is coming in. Shoved by Terry. Penalty. The ball was safe, really. It was going through to Sherwood, but Steve Terry appeared to knock Trevor Christie, and a penalty is at the referee without hesitation. And what a chance here for Notts to go 2-up. Still inside the first 10 minutes. Steve Terry gives away the penalty. And the man who he fouled, Trevor Christie, is entrusted with the responsibility. And 2-0. He made no mistake. But Terry's mistake it was that put Watford in difficulties. And Christie has scored his 17th goal of the season, tucking the penalty nicely into the corner on his return after injury. Well, last season, Watford led 2-0 here, and Notts County came back to win 3-2. Now it's Notts who are 2-up. What can Watford do about it? Rostron. Forward by Jacket. Barnes. Driven. The flag was up for offside. That was a good header by Terry and a good turn by Riley. Didn't quite shake off Kilcline the first time, and indeed the second time he was fouled by him. And that's Riley, and that's Jacket. And off Hunt for an own goal. Well, poor David Hunt, he really didn't know much about it. Flicked on by Riley for Kenny Jacket, McDonough doing his best, but the ball ricocheted off David Hunt, and Watford are back in it after 15 minutes. Hunt shakes his head in disbelief, but it's 2-1. Well, whenever these two teams meet, there seem to be goals. 3-2 and 5-3 were the two scores last season. And in the first quarter of an hour today, we've had 3 already. Callahan looking for Taylor. And he looks for Johnston. Riley and Barnes are in the centre. And it's off Clark for the corner. Callahan will take it. And Riley's in there again. It was away by McFarlane for Notts. Bad luck there on David Hunt. Good header again by Riley, on by Barnes. This is Johnston. Jacket to his left. That came McCulloch for Notts. Tries to get down the right. Playing more or less as an orthodox winger early on is Ian McFarland. That was Benjamin, who didn't quite know where he was. And that's given Watford some ground. Barnes, and now Jacket. As Kilcline's clear and straight to Rostron, past Richards, on to Riley. Rostron for the return beautifully. Oh, good stop by McDonough, it had to be. And a good move too. Jim McDonough got his hand to it from Wilf Rostron. That was a lovely 1-2 that, between Rostron, who made the initial run, and Riley. Rostron continuing. Cross shot, and McDonough got a hand to it. Flick on was by Christie. That was Barnes. And it was Hunt. Jacket, whose foot was high, the referee said no. Barnes. And Callahan's coming in. As he did so, he was injured in a collision, I think, with the goalkeeper, although there's a defender in there as well. And Nigel Callahan is down. Came in with Clark, actually. And while he's still prostrate in the goal now, Notts County are on the attack at the other end with Chidozie. But the referee decides there's an offside anyway, which gives him a chance, perhaps, to have his attention brought to Nigel Callahan. Well, John Barnes got a fierce cross in there, and Nigel Callahan coming in trying to finish it. The goalkeeper and the defender, Clark, trying to stop him, and he got the worst of it, did Callahan. But he's received treatment from Billy Hales, has Nigel Callahan, and he's back in the game. Barnes. Johnston and Barnes. Skip round Benjamin there, and Hunt's clearance only came as far as Rostron, whose cross in finds Les Taylor, and Callahan. Oh, what a good shot. That's a beauty. He's entitled to celebrate there, Nigel Callahan. A sweet strike of the ball as it came across. A poor Notts County clearance, it's true, which found Rostron. Les Taylor looked dangerous. When it came to Callahan, he swung at that with his left foot, and it went in, sweet as you like. So, there we are, still inside the first half hour, and it's 2-2. And Watford have done exactly as County did in the corresponding match last year, and come back from 2 behind. And this is Bardsley. And Callahan, checked by Hunt, still got his cross in. And you couldn't complain about this if you were a neutral. Some sprightly attacking football at Meadow Lane. 4 goals already. Larry Lloyd, the team manager of Notts County, must be wondering what's happened to his 2-goal lead. Johnston, Rostron, Riley, Rostron again. Always looks to attack, and he's pushed a good ball forward there to Johnston. Wide of him is Callahan with a drive. Oh, his second, and an even better one perhaps. Marvellous shot by Nigel Callahan. He's taking them first time today with either foot, and they're flying in. McDonough had no chance at all. Rostron again engineered the attack, but with Johnston pushing the ball wide, Callahan didn't hesitate. Hit it right foot, and a superb goal. 3-2 to Watford, after they trailed 2-0 in the first 10 minutes. An extraordinary first half. And Callahan has scored 2 goals that will be remembered for a very long time. And how typical of Watford that they should have recovered quite like that. Didn't allow the 2-goal deficit to worry them, and Nigel Callahan has scored a pair of goals there that have turned, for the moment, the proceedings here completely. Barnes. Johnston. Barnes. Barnes cross, and McDonough had to come and claim it. And a wildly fluctuating first half, but all the more entertaining for that. Rashid Harkouf put Notts County ahead after 3 minutes. Trevor Christie's penalty made it 2-0 inside 10 minutes. An own goal by David Hunt put Watford back in with a chance. And then along came Nigel Callahan. 2 goals by him, both perfectly struck, have made the half-time score Notts County 2, Watford 3. Nigel Callahan's 2 goals have taken his total for the season to 10, and he's now looking for his first ever hat-trick for Watford. Well, Notts County have now let in 26 goals at home in the league this season. That's the highest goals against total in the First Division. Home matches, and once again they've been guilty of spurning a lead. But can they turn the match round in the second half, as Watford did in the first? Here's Riley. Back heel, and Callahan seizing a chance to shoot again. Johnston, and Barnes is there against the bar. Riley. Oh, bad luck on the keeper, but it's a goal for George Riley. 4-2 to Watford in the first minute of the second half. Barnes came in with the header. It crashed against the bar, and although McDonough did manfully to block Riley at first, the shot went in to compound Notts County's misery even more. And if the crowd are barracking Jim McDonough, I can hardly see why. He may have let in 4 goals, but honestly think it would be harsh to blame him when he's made 2 saves, quite apart from that, to keep the score down. Christie getting up with Terry, and the ball bouncing conveniently for him. Here's Richards. McFarland takes on Franklin. McCulloch near post. Christie! That's a well-taken goal and very well made too. McFarland got the cross in. McCulloch did the hard work at the near post area, and Christie applied the finishing touch. It's his second of the match, his 18th of the season, and after 53 minutes, it brings the score back to Notts County 3, Watford 4. And we can't relax for even a minute or two in this game. That's a long ball seeking out McCulloch, and Franklin having to hurry. Well, anything can happen now. That's put the life back into the match as far as County are concerned from Trevor Christie. This is Taylor. And there's a gap there because Clark was caught upfield. It's Callahan looking for Riley. Just overhit it slightly. And the goalkeeper was checked when he came to collect that, was he? Or did he have his foot high? It's an indirect free kick to Watford against Jim McDonough. And it's got the Notts County nerves on edge again. They've only just got back into the match. And here they are pulling all their players back to defend on their own 6-yard line. Barnes can sometimes curl these. Callahan will look perhaps for a strike. Jacket did! Oh! A thunderous shot, but over the bar. Well, I think Jim McDonough was penalised there for coming out with his foot up, which seemed possibly a little harsh, because lots of goalkeepers do that week in, week out, and nothing's ever said. This is Johnston. Taylor. Callahan. Oh, and Riley! Good effort. Service coming from Nigel Callahan. Excellent cross, and well judged too on the volley by Big George Riley, who's shown this afternoon, for those who didn't realise, that he's not just a good player when the ball's in the air. Free kick to Notts County, who are still very much alive. The game has still got 25 minutes to run. They're only one behind, remember. Klein takes the kick. McCulloch jumping. Benjamin. Christie. McFarland. Oh, he's away from Rostron. And it needed Franklin to come across. Not an awfully good piece of defending that by Watford, I must say, but Notts County see the chance again to push players up. Here's Chidoza. Pedro Richards is forward, so is Christie there. Terry volleyed it half clear. Kilcline hooked it back. And now Riley with Johnston outright. Callahan. Barnes has begun to run through the centre. Riley is in space. That's his cross, and John Barnes is there. Oh, and he just hung on, McDonough. Barnes deliberately waiting to let that one come down before he struck the goal, and Jim McDonough smothered it and then grabbed it. George Riley again, very much involved in Watford's build-up, making use of space allowed him by the defence. Christie on for Chidozie, largely there. Header was by Hunt. Now Rostron. It's tucked in for Jacket again, and Kilcline saw the danger. Poor clearance though. Rostron back in, Riley's there, waiting for Barnes to take over. John Barnes blocked by Harkouk. Riley now. It's a good ball too, Taylor. Barnes, Les Taylor. Oh, that's a brilliant break by Les Taylor. Really is. And the chip across could find Johnston. What a fine goal to make it 5. And what a tribute to the football of Les Taylor, so often the unsung Watford player. That was a smashing piece of play from midfield, it should be said, for those who think Watford haven't got one. To break like that on the edge of the area, go round the defender, cut out the goalkeeper, get a cross back from there, and Mo Johnston said thank you very much, and that's 5-3 to Watford. Johnston's 14th goal in his last 15 games, and 83 minutes gone. Well, the 5th goal had been in the offing for some little time. And it's curious that the score now is the one by which Watford beat County at Vicarage Road last season, 5-3. That's a moment that has increased Mo Johnston's goal output. Chidozie. Richards has gone forward. Chidozie. Harkouk's in there. Jacket finds Callahan, who starts a run and looks for... What a lovely ball. Superb. George Riley. Johnston just inside him. Riley goes past Kilcline. 3 in the middle for Watford. Benjamin's header, only half away. Callahan. Can Callahan complete his hat-trick? He's going through and couldn't finish. Well, the centre of the Notts County defence again laid wide open there. Nigel Callahan in the end getting underneath the final effort. Graham Taylor will feel that these 3 points have ended any speculation about Watford going down, but Notts County are in a heap of trouble. Watford win 5-3. Graham Taylor's side have 8 wins in 10 games. They're well up the table now and safe. But for Notts County, problems in the middle of the field where Les Taylor was quite outstanding for Watford. What a match he had, bearing in mind he's been injured recently. And the visiting supporters can celebrate an eventful game which has left the home side in terrible difficulties in the First Division table. A final score at Meadow Lane of Notts County 3, Christie 2 and Harkouk, Watford 5, Callahan 2.
Sheffield Wednesday have reached the vital stage of their bid to return to the First Division after an absence of 14 years. With 8 games still to play at Hillsborough, Wednesday must be confident of winning promotion because of their impressive home record. These 12 players have appeared in most of Wednesday's home games, which have brought them 32 out of a possible 39 points. Defender Peter Shirtliff returns today after injury, but new signing Nigel Worthington, bought this week from Notts County, isn't fully fit and will watch from the stands. Charlton, who've enjoyed such a fine season despite all their financial worries, are only 6 points behind Sheffield Wednesday, but injury problems mean that they're down to just these 12 senior players. Still, it's a very experienced lineup with some prolific goal scorers. Hales, Moore, Flanagan and Robinson have totaled more than 500 goals between them in senior football. Well, if it's anything like last season's game here between these two, we're in for quite a match. On that day, Charlton led 3-1 at half-time, but in an extraordinary turnabout, ended up losing 5-4. Sheffield Wednesday in the stripes, attacking from right to left, and they win an early free kick. Downman's foul on Cunningham. Virtually all the outfield players converging on that middle third of the field. This is Varady for Sheffield Wednesday. Grit made it difficult for him, but he did well. Madden. Oh, and a snap effort by Bannister. Superb goal. was dangerous, but how well Bannister finished. So what a start for the team in second place in the second division table, 2 points behind Chelsea at the start of play. They've got a couple of games in hand, Sheffield Wednesday, and that goal from their leading scorer, Gary Bannister, his 14th of the season, has given them a perfect start here. Today's referee, Arthur Robinson. And by Shelton. Downman intercepts. Here's Flanagan. Hazelwood. Smith happy to concede the throw. This is Ronnie Moore. Back to him from Smith. Moore pulls it across goal, and that could have been so dangerous. And Ronnie Moore then opted to pull it across goal rather than shoot himself, and Wednesday relieved to see it go behind for a corner. Cunningham got to it, and what a great save that was from Hazelwood. Cunningham it was who headed the ball clear, but it went straight to Hazelwood, who knocked it straight back in, and Hodge made a fine save. Martin Hodge, who hasn't missed a game this season, signed from Everton earlier in the season, and in fine form. Here's Bannister. Plenty of time to turn and find Cunningham. Berardi's in the centre. And he wins the corner. Lyons flick away by Robinson. Straight to Sterling. Good run by Shelton. Here's Berardi. Nexon. So close. What superb football by Sheffield Wednesday. Well, a lot of people criticise Wednesday as a side who have only one tactic, getting the ball forward quickly and not playing good football. But here was an example of the football they can play. Nexon shot in the end over. Hales got up well, despite the elbow, I think it was, from Shirtliff that caught him. Flanagan in the centre for Charlton here, but Madden won it. Here's Shelton with Hales still lying injured in the centre circle. Grit, Flanagan. Madden, no problem. And the referee has seen Derek Hales, the Charlton skipper. The play continues. But he stops it now to the disgust of the home fans. But really, you can't take a risk when somebody's had an elbow in the face. Accidental, as Hales did then. Peter Eustace, the first team coach here at Sheffield Wednesday, issuing the orders. Pearson, the substitute, just alongside him. Hales fit to resume. Play restarts with a drop ball, which Shelton wins very well. Now, Cunningham's pace proves superior to that of Grit. Bannister's cross. Megson coming in. Oh, it's hit the bar and away by Berry. Well, so close Sheffield Wednesday then. Bannister working hard in that move down the left-hand side after Shelton won the drop ball. Mexon's header against the bar. Charlton relieved. John's coming to claim it again. And both sides doing away with midfield play in the main. Cunningham. Kevin Smith. Hazelwood, good ball, Hales, now a big gap opens up, can he finish? The crowd provide an adequate commentary to a piece of finishing that Derek Hales won't be proud of. It was a good ball forward. Sheffield Wednesday's marking was all astray, and one of the most consistent goal scorers in the Football League got his shot all wrong. Cunningham up well. Lions back to head it clear. Good battling here by Kevin Smith. And he gets the free kick. Quickly taken by Charlton. Too quickly, says the ref. Moore, and the shot, oh well, again Hale's really got it all wrong, and he's been in two good positions. A good header down by Ronnie Moore, and Hales has been in two good positions now, has wasted them both. Hazelwood turns it forward, straight to Sterling though. Shirtliff on. On by Flanagan, and he is adjudged to have been elbowed in the back by Madden. Flanagan, Smith, Hales coming in again. Would you believe it? He's missed a hat-trick of good chances. A suspicion of offside as it was turned forward then by Smith. But Hales completely in the clear and unmarked, hurried his shot. Well, he's smiling now, but I'm not sure he will be when Lenny Lawrence, the manager, has a word with him at half-time. Well, the end of a strange first half. Two teams who largely ignored midfield play in favour of getting the ball forward as quickly as possible. Lannister's early goal giving Sheffield Wednesday the lead, but his opposite number, the number 8 for Charlton, Derek Hales, could literally have had 3 since then. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Charlton 0. I know most people think commentators have got bad eyesight, but this is ridiculous. It's Sheffield Wednesday's familiar symbol, the owl, keeping a beady eye on their form today, and like everyone else here, keeping one eye on the First Division. And certainly if Wednesday do go up, they'll take massive support. The average attendance at Hillsborough this season, over 23,000. So Wednesday defending that one-goal lead. Charlton 7th at the start of play, but a win could take them into 3rd place. A win that can only come if their finishing is a lot better, though, than it was in the first half. And here's the man responsible for the worst misses, Derek Hale. Back to Flanagan. Robinson was offside. Good header by Dowman. Shelton onto it quickly. Berardi. Well, he really struck it with some force. Shelton involved in the build-up. Berardi quickly in space and used his pace to get into a shooting position, but hit his shot wide. Hales up. Smith forward. Madden's interception. Cunningham gets in behind the defence. And what a brilliant save. What a brilliant save by Johns. Cunningham got in behind the defence, held off Dowman's challenge. The shot looked bound for the top of the net. Johns made sure it's a corner. Well, a lively old start to the second half. Ronnie Moore gets it clear, straight back to Megson though. Cunningham up well, and it's in. Shirtliff diving full seconds on the line to turn the ball in. And poor Nicky Johns, who'd made that brilliant save, is beaten from the resulting corner. Cunningham heading it back across the face of goal. Charlton diving forward. It's 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. So, Charlton now know they've got a very, very difficult job on here. Sheffield Wednesday, one of the most prolific scorers at home in the division. Charlton's scoring record away from home is very poor, and they could be facing another uphill hurdle here. Cunningham, it's 3-0. Well, just as I was about to say it, Cunningham proved it. 3-0, the break down the left, 2 goals in the space of a minute. It was so easy when the ball came in. Cunningham just had to side-foot it into the... What a turnaround. And Charlton are really under pressure now. Hillsborough has really come alive. Megson straight against Hazelwood. The referee having a word with the Charlton player. And suddenly Charlton's afternoon is collapsing all about them. 3-0 the scoreline, and you can see how little has gone in the second half. With the free kick. Wednesday in the mood for more goals. Berardi. Lyons back to Berardi. And Grit made sure he didn't get another. Megson gets a footing. Sterling intercepting. To the right is Berardi. Sterling again, and it comes to Bannister. What a fine save by Johns. Sheffield Wednesday looked likely to score another then, and Bannister's shot that earned another fine save by Nicky Johns. Moore's clearance. Good interception by Kevin Smith. Well, everybody left it to each other. Megson forward, Cunningham, great pace. Penalty. It had to be. Nicky Johns out so quickly to try and match the devastating pace of Tony Cunningham. The inevitable conclusion as goalkeeper and striker met a penalty. 15 minutes gone then in the second half, and Mel Sterling, who scored the winner from the penalty spot against Coventry in the recent FA Cup tie here, with an opportunity to put the points well beyond Charlton's reach, if they're not already. Sterling against John. Well, he really hit it with some power, but Nicky Johns, who's having a remarkable day, turned it over. Sterling hitting that one very central, but very hard. Nicky Johns, a reaction save. Hales away. Here's Sterling, he'll be angry. He'll want to avenge that mistake. And he nearly did so. Johns denied him again. Shirt left clear. Hales on, Moore. Shirtliff intercepts, but Flanagan nips in to take it. Oh, good ball for Moore. Unlucky for Charlton. Flanagan's cross from the left. Moore headed it. So Charlton have certainly had their opportunities to score today. kick, slid it across the penalty area to Berardi, who knew exactly what to do and did it. Sheffield Wednesday 4, Charlton Athletic 0. And in the 73rd minute, the points surely are clinched for the home side. It's a strange thing about Charlton. Their home record is as good as any team in the whole of the league. Their away form lets them down. The referee says play on. Berardi, Hexon's in the centre. John's safe pair of hands. This is Smith. Robinson. Charlton, to their credit, have kept going. Smith. Robinson offside. No! Floor! And Sheffield Wednesday angry as Ronnie Moore to the victory jig. And certainly there was the suspicion that Robinson was offside. The referee looked at it as he slid the ball in the middle. Ronnie Moore side-footed it in, and Charlton get a goal back. Sheffield Wednesday 4, Charlton Athletic 1. Wednesday will be convinced that offside should have been the verdict then. Still, the way they play, they know there's always a risk. Forward by Shirtliff. Very under pressure from Berardi. Dickinson. What a great job this man has done in his first season in charge at Sheffield Wednesday. Howard Wilkinson, the manager. Might not be a very happy weekend for Charlton, apart from losing here today. They face another High Court hearing on Monday about their future. Their future in this game is assured. They're going to lose. Could it be 5-1 though? Sterling. Johns, who on the day has conceded 4 goals but has played superbly, made another save. Well, that would have been amazing if it had gone in, but it didn't, and so the match ends up with a 4-1 victory. Ronnie Moore scored at the right end to slightly dent the scoreline as far as Sheffield Wednesday were concerned. It may not be everyone's idea of how to play football. Two teams have got the ball forward as quickly as possible, but it made for great excitement, for goal-mouth incident galore, for 5 goals and a missed penalty as well, remember. Sheffield Wednesday surely are a team on their way